SRC is accusing the university of apartheid-style exclusions. More than 8,000 students face being left out as they can't pay their fees. The SRC says management is not taking the circumstances of students into account. It says some have lost bursaries while others come from families who've lost incomes. Let's get reaction from the Dean of Student Affairs at Wits, Jerome September. Jerome, very good morning to you. This is really a concerning situation, isn't it? Tell us more about these students and what it is that they're facing, what they need.
So good morning. Yes, it is a concerning situation, and we are very aware of the impact of the pandemic. We have indeed suffered some losses too, both in terms of just our overall budget, but also in terms of how it has affected our staff and, of course, our students. On the 8,000 students, I think one should just put a rider to that figure. And the rider is that although there are around 8,000 students who at this point in time owe money, quite a few of them are actually funded students. And so we have some bursaries that are still paying out. We have some outstanding NSFAS issues that are being resolved. And so we think that number will come down quite significantly over the next week or two. But of
what
course,
do you think it'll be, more or less?
SRC is right. Sorry?
What do you think it'll be, more or less? How many students will need?
If we look at past projections in terms of students that have applied for assistance, so by the way, yeah, I must say, we have a hardship fund that was established by the university precisely to assist students who are going through particular difficulties. So if we look at the past trends, if we look at last year, around 700 students applied for assistance. If we look now at the impact of the pandemic, and let's say we double that figure, then we were looking at around 1,400 students, perhaps around 2,000 students, if you take the impact of the pandemic into account. That is still a crisis. Yeah. That is still a problem, and we still need to do our best to assist every one of those students.
And how can you help them and balance? I mean, obviously the university needs funds. I don't know where they get this money from to help them, but how do you balance that so it's fair on everybody?
Yeah. So the funding sources are constrained. We get, of course, budget from the government through grants, through the NSFAS in terms of fees. We are supported by individuals, by businesses in terms of donations. And then, of course, we are dependent on the student fee income as well. So what have we done? For last year, we are not charging interest on outstanding fees. That is something that we have not done in the past, but taking the pandemic into account, we will not charge interest on outstanding fees. We will also not charge interest for this coming year. Every student that owes less than 10,000 Rand is cleared to go and register. If you owe more than 10,000 Rand, you are required to pay 50% of what you owe. You are then cleared to register. If you are in the over 10,000 Rand group, but you have family circumstances like the impact of the pandemic, perhaps you have lost your scholarship, then you can apply to what we call a hardship fund. And that hardship fund will then, upon your application, consider your case and provide you with assistance so that you are able to register. In that fund, unfortunately, we have about 10 million Rand, and that comes from the institutional funds. And so, of course, if the numbers are big, there might be a limit in terms of the extent to which we can assist students. But in the meantime, we are still talking to donors, we are talking to funders, we are doing the best that we can to raise additional money so that we are able to assist as many people as we possibly can.
Right, and I hope you get it, Jerome September. Thanks.